it's black to play. The queen will be under attack from the rook if Tal moves a d pawn, and most players would simply move the queen away. But Tal finds something much stronger. Keep this position in mind. We'll come back to it in a few minutes. Now let's go to move 1 and see how this attack was built. Hello everyone, welcome back to Queen Sacrifice Legends episode 18. I am Aniket, an Arena International Master. Today's game is Oto versus Mikhail Tal, played in Riga 1953. Oto was a strong Latvian player, but in this game he faced one of the most dangerous attacking minds in chess history. Tal was still very young, but his style was already clear. If he got activity, initiative, and attacking chances, material becomes secondary. This game is famous because Tal allows his queen to be taken not for immediate mate, but for a piece activity, dangerous pass pawn, and long term pressure. If you enjoy classical attacking games and queen sacrifices, subscribe. Now, let's start from move 1. The game begins with an Indian defense. I won't go too deep into the opening theory. The important thing is the imbalance. d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, c5, simply striking in the center, knight f3, a6, e3, opening the light square bishop, d5, striking in the center, cd5, ed5, bishop to e2. Just simply developing the pieces, knight c6, Tal is also doing the same, d takes c5, bishop takes c5, and both players castle. We already see the story. Black has active pieces and quick development. White is safe for now, but he still needs time to coordinate. Because this bishop on c1 is stuck. So white continues the game with b3, hoping to get bishop b2. Bishop g4, this is a useful developing move. Black brings out a bishop and creates pressure. And here, we're still in the non-territory. We still have so many games which has been played here. And bishop b2 has been played the most number of times. But here, white played something which we have never seen at that time and not even till today. And he played knight to d4, which is not a mistake or something, but we have never seen the same move again. So Tal continues the game with bishop takes e2, knight takes e2 back, queen to d6. This is important. The queen is just not sitting there randomly. It supports the center, connects the rook, and helps black build pressure. If you have observed already, this pawn on d5 is an isolated pawn. So what white wants is, he wants to put more and more pressure on this pawn. So that is why he played knight f4, just attacking on this pawn. But this is a mistake. The reason being is very simple. He is breaking the opening principles. He has not developed his bishop and he still keep moving the same pieces again and again. So the pawn got attacked 3 times, so Tal has to defend it. So Tal played rook a d8 and now queen to f3. He has moved the queen, still attacking the pawn 3 times, and he has announced rook d1 is coming. And Tal did not fear and he played d4. Just simply striking in the center. And whenever you got an isolated pawn, the best way is just trade. And this is what Tal is doing. And now white played rook d1, just making a pin. We reach the moment which we saw at the start of the video. So let's pause the video here. It's black to move. Find the move that keeps the attack alive. Most players would think about moving the queen away or simply defending the center, but not Tal. He plays knight to e5. The point is simple, he wants to attack the queen. And when white moves the queen to g3, which is again a mistake, now Tal showed what was his plan. And he played d takes c3, simply sacrificing a queen. So rook takes d6 back, and white is already lost. He's threatening mate on d1. And here, the best move for white is just to play f3. And white tried the similar idea, but that's not perfect. And white played h3. And the point why it's an inaccuracy is when the rook will go on d1, bishop will go on d6, and he will put lots of pressure on this king and queen on the same diagonal. That is the whole point. So black continues the game with knight e4, attacking the queen to h4. Now the same idea which we just discussed. Rook d1 check, king to h2, and firstly he played c2, just pushing the pawn. And after knight e2, now he played bishop to d6. And at first, it looks like he's giving up a knight. But the point is, this knight cannot be captured. The reason, if white queen tried to take the knight on e4, that's a simple checkmate with knight g4. Simply a double check, and the rook is making sure the king cannot go back. So that is why this knight on e4 cannot be captured. So white played f4, simply closing this diagonal and attacking the knight. Knight to d3, attacking the bishop, knight jumps deeper into the position. Black's pieces are dominating, the rook is active, bishop is active, and the knight is active. And the passed pawn on c2 is still alive. So the game continues with knight d4, and Tal is just not playing a normal move. Yes, if he likes, he can take the bishop either with knight or with rook. Yes, that's possible, and that is also winning. But he's Tal, and he played pawn to g5. He is not afraid to open his own king. And yes, he is the one who already sacrificed a queen, and now he is also the one who is opening his own king side. And do not forget, bishop is pinning the pawn on f4, so this pawn cannot be captured with a pawn, and knight is protecting it, so queen also can't take it. So he was simply attacking the queen, so queen h6, and now g takes f4, which is a blunder from Tal, and now the game is draw again. Now, white got some defensive ideas which can save him the game. So let me show you what's the best way to continue the game. So after queen h6, Tal should continue the game with rook e8. And after bishop a3, there would be bishop takes a3. And now white has given up a bishop. And the point was there's a knight takes c2. And after rook takes a1, there's a knight takes a1. And now he can simply play bishop d6, just making the pin again. And he's completely fine. The queen is out of the board and the knight is too far from the center. And he is just completely winning. But after queen h6, he played g takes f4 and now white is back in the game. And white played the best moves after that. So knight f5, just threatening a checkmate and attacking the bishop at the same time. So f3, discover check. If you are thinking, let's take the bishop, you will lose the game immediately. Because there's a f takes g2. And now king has to take the pawn. So f takes g2. And now there's a knight e1 check, king to f1, knight f3 check, king to g2, and simply rook takes d6. And now black is completely winning. So that is why white has to be very careful. After f3 check, he has to play pawn to g3, bishop takes g3, knight takes g3, and now f5. Simply defending everything and pushing so that white will do the mistake again and maybe Tal can hold him again. Knight to h5, threatening the checkmate again. So rook f7, forced move, queen to e6, just making a pin, and now pawn to f2. He's just threatening to make a queen, or in some cases, maybe knight. And yes, computer might say the game is draw, but you can clearly see Tal is not leaving his initiative. That's why he's Tal. He keeps pushing till his opponent does the final mistake and he simply won the game eventually. And now his opponent cracks out and he made a mistake. There's only one way to draw the game. So let's pause the video for the last time and try to find the way how you can make a draw against Tal. In this position, Otto should play queen to c8 check or even queen to e8 check. This is the way to go. And after rook f8, there's a queen e6 check again, king h8, bishop b2 check, knight takes b2, queen to e5 check, knight f6, knight takes f6, f1 knight with check, king to g2, and there's a knight d3. And this game is simply draw. Nothing major is happening. He has so many different discoveries when the knight will move, but eventually the game is gonna be draw. So that was the best. But here, white played bishop to d2, which is simply a mistake. And Tal did not miss this time. He played rook takes d2, threatening to play f1 queen, which will come with a discover check. So queen c8 check, rook f8, queen to c4 check, king h8, and now he played rook f1, stopping the pawn, but it does not matter now. Point, this is c1 queen. Now he has enough counterplay that white cannot hold the game anymore. And he tried queen d4 check, but Tal simply blocks with his knight on f6. And in this position, white simply resigned the game. Look at the final position. Black has a new queen, active pieces, and white's king is still under pressure. White cannot survive. And you might be thinking, why did he resign? Why not? He played knight takes f6. The point is very simple. If you play knight takes f6, there is a queen c7 check, king h1, and now queen to g7. He simply makes sure that black's king is safe. He has made a pin to the queen, and now he's also putting lots of pressure on this g file, and now white's position is completely lost. So that's why after knight f6, white simply resigned the game. So that was Otto versus Mikhail Tal from Riga 1953. Tal gave up the queen, but in return got active pieces, a dangerous passed pawn, and a decisive attack. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe for the next queen sacrifice legend and comment below, would you have found this queen sacrifice in this position or not? I will see you in the next one.